Humanoid robots are suddenly everywhere in the news. The International Federation of Robotics announced that humanoids are considered to be the next big thing in robotics, reflecting massive interest worldwide. China's Unitree Robotics has become a leading player in this boom. In January, about a dozen of its robots even danced a jig on national TV for the major spring festival that was taking place, launching Unitree into the spotlight. But why was this such a big deal? Because it's one of the most watched shows in the country. That's not all though. While marketing tends to take the stage, Unitree's newest model, the G1, is designed to be affordable. This is done so that more people, especially universities and startups, can buy it. So what is this absurd number? It's actually one of Unitree's mainstay products, starting at $13,660 in China and $16,000 overseas. This aggressive pricing helped Unitree sell many machines. In fact, multiple sources even reported that Unitree's orders grew several times over in 2024, with total orders for humanoid robots surpassing 1,000 units. But that's actually not all. The IFR analysts noted a clear reason for all this excitement people were feeling, giving the explanation that futuristic humanoids working in homes, businesses, and public spaces fuel people's interest, and there's demand for a quick universal helper to maintain manufacturing and services. In the simplest of terms, everyone is sitting and excitedly waiting to see which company will deliver the first practical humanoid, and Unitree is firmly in the race. I mean, one thing is for certain, I want to see a robot made soon. But not everything is sunshine and rainbows in the world of technology lately. Despite all the constant buzz, experts warn that humanoid robots still face huge hurdles. IFR cautions that even with progress, mass adoption as universal household helpers may not happen in the near or medium term. If that isn't disappointing, I don't know what is, but the truth is that the hardware is fiendishly complex behind these metal humanoids. For example, Tesla, which has vowed that its Optimus robot will be the biggest product of all time, has already hit a roadblock in its process. Why though? A recent report revealed that Tesla paused its mass production lines for its humanoid robot mascot, Optimus, as the engineers working on it were struggling a lot to perfect the design of the robot. The reports coming in are simply stating that the engineers discovered persistent flaws in the robot during a time where they thought everything was solved. But that's how production works, even if it is basically forcing the company to redesign key components and delay deployment. But there's actually a specific portion of Optimus causing issues. Tesla says that the hands and arms are the most complex parts of the robot, since they need extreme precision, torque control, and even things like heat management to perform simple tasks. Makes complete sense, since we as humans also perform most tasks with our hands. A shabby job done in engineering the hands will ruin the autonomy of the robot. After all, what good is a robot that can't perform basic tasks at such a high price point? Though observers note that some company demos, even for big names like Tesla, have heavily relied on hidden assistance or special setups. As one report explains, during Optimus's public demos, some actions were achieved by remote control or pre-programming. In short, while everyone talks about robot butlers and assembly line helpers, the reality is that many promised bots are still figuring out basic motions. Unitree's G1 is one that has quietly been closing that gap. In 2025, it has repeatedly amazed onlookers with real-world tests. The thing with Unitree is that it doesn't hold back in the world of robotics. Early in the year, Unitree released a video of the G1 doing full karate routines. Fox News described it as a robot that can perform kung fu moves with astonishing precision and balance. In the footage, the G1 leaps, spins, and delivers roundhouse kicks, all while keeping steady. To be very real with you guys, even I can't do roundhouse kicks, and hopefully, just so I can feel good, you can't either. Tech analysts were pointing out how the G1 now performs an array of impressive kung fu movements with remarkable balance and agility. The most astonishing part is that these aren't special effects. The team used a virtual training pipeline, so-called sim-to-real learning, to give the robot real-world coordination. The result is clean and undeniable smoothness. The G1 now has human-level balance In one experiment, it even took a flying dropkick from a human and stayed upright, demonstrating its control fidelity. While this experiment may seem harsh right now, I can assure you the G1 has been put through a lot more when it comes to testing, which is probably why it's so smooth. That leap in agility continued. In another video, the G1 executed a perfect side flip. Even Fox News was stunned by this and reported saying the G1 has just pulled off a standing side flip, a feat that's even more challenging than a backflip, and did so with no errors, no malfunctions, just pure robotic grace. The purpose of all this reporting wasn't just to blindly compliment the G1. Instead, it was to emphasize its balance and control, that this little robot twisted mid-air and landed flawlessly. But here's the fun part. Unitree didn't stop at flips. A recent software upgrade let the G1 run and even jog, a chore usually beyond most bipedal robots. It now walks with a confidence that puts some humans to shame. Heck, as I've mentioned previously, even me. Some are even quoted as saying the G1 struts its stuff with real swagger. Maybe I should take lessons from this guy. In short, Unitree's videos show a robot doing real tasks, acrobatic martial arts, jogging down a street, not just inching forward in a lab. Each demo is raw footage of the actual robot moving, no CGI needed, proving that their control systems are working in real time. But none of this is surprising when it comes to Unitree's persona. The company has also tested the G1 in everyday settings recently. In the US, an enthusiast calling the G1 Jake the Rizbot took one on the streets of Austin and San Francisco, and according to Unitree's press release, this Rizbot stunned crowds, going viral online with its amusing interactions with passersby. It even turned up at Venice Beach wearing a cowboy hat and dishing out Gen Z slang and AI-generated charm, making pop culture references like emotional damage, surprising tourists with compliments and selfies. In Dubai, the G1 strolled through the Museum of the Future and navigated busy streets to mingle with visitors. In each case, people simply saw a walking robot doing normal things like greeting people, walking confidently, etc., which is why they were reacting with amazement. But why is this important? You see, these public demos, all captured on video, have added real proof to Unitree's claims. The G1 isn't just fast and agile in an empty test lab. It handles dynamic environments and people on the fly. By now it's clear that Unitree's G1 occupies a different tier than many rivals still struggling with their basics. Unlike prototype bots that only talk about future plans, the G1 has proven those plans in reality. It runs, flips, and even juggles movements without external aid. In fact, Unitree highlights that this lifelike robot is already being used by universities and companies for R&D and even clinical tasks. In one example, researchers at UC San Diego are using a G1 to explore surgical teleoperation, a serious test under real conditions. It's got full 23 degrees of freedom joints and adaptive control, so it can react to disturbances and stay stable. In practice, that means Unitree can show a meeting of theory and practice. As one review put it, advances like these, balance plus agility, could lead to safer industrial robots and more agile assistive machines. Unitree's CEO Wang Jingjing contrasts this by focusing on incremental improvements. He has said that breakthroughs in AI and motion control finally made him pursue humanoids seriously in 2023, and Unitree keeps shipping better versions. In interviews and public statements, he often emphasizes solving those technical gaps, balance, control, sensing, before touting commercial applications. The evidence so far suggests this approach is paying off. The G1 can already do complex interactions, shaking hands, picking up objects, performing tasks under direct operator control. That level of fine-tuned motion has not yet been demonstrated by many other players. As IFR put it, humanoids with human-like dexterity are well-placed to automate complex tasks with which current robots struggle. But other robot teams are racing too. They may be facing their own hurdles, but the gap is closing very, very quickly. Recently, an emerging company in China called AgiBot has even rolled out an industrial-grade humanoid, the G2, aimed at factories. Its PR emphasizes heavy-duty specs and AI. One press release quotes AgiBot's co-founder saying they envision G2 relieving humans from repetitive, labor-intensive, and safety risk-prone work. AgiBot's G2 can hold an egg, pull a bow for an archery demo, and operates 24/7 with auto-charging. It shows that the China market is booming, but also that even established outfits are pitching humanoids as specialized workers, not general companions. That's not all, though. AgiBot Robotics announced a massive order in late 2025, and Longcheer even went as far as to place a framework order worth hundreds of millions of yuan for AgiBot's G2 humanoid, roughly 1,000 robots destined for Longcheer's factories. This is one of the largest deals for industrial humanoids to date. If all goes to plan, these G2 robots will be doing factory work, assembling, welding, and moving parts in Longcheer's plants. AgiBot envisions its robots serving many roles. The company highlights a broad solution matrix for things like security patrols, warehouse sorting, and office reception. It specifically lists tasks from industrial manufacturing and logistics sorting to guided reception, commercial entertainment, education, and cleaning. In short, AgiBot's pitch is that smart humanoids can take on many of the repetitive jobs that today require human workers. Count me in. Stacking boxes is hardly going to be a job missed anyway. The best part is that unlike purely experimental demos, these robots are intended for real deployment. The company's A2 model even acts as an autonomous receptionist and guide at events, showing off fluent communication and autonomous movement in action. On the other side of the world, competitors are racing as well. Even India has entered the scene, but in a way that you won't be able to guess. Their humanoid is literally going off-planet. ISRO's half-humanoid Vyomitra, Sanskrit for friend of the sky, is set to fly as a test passenger on an uncrewed Gaganyaan mission. In the mission, Vyomitra will operate control panels, monitor cabin conditions, and deliver status updates to ground controllers. Yes, a fully autonomous robot. Well, partially, but we'll get back to that in a bit. The goal is to validate how spacecraft systems work with a human-like occupant on board, paving the way for India's first astronauts. This is one of those moments where innovation and technology meet together on a plane to reach great new heights. The world is caught on to the news like wildfire. Statements confirming the date of launch say Vyomitra will launch aboard the uncrewed Gaganyaan G1 capsule in December 2025 to simulate an astronaut. But while it's proof that India can build a walking AI robot, it's important to note that Vyomitra has no legs. But why? The reason is simple. It's designed for weightless conditions and is more of a software test than a free walking android. Even with its upgrades, Vyomitra will not clean floors or assemble cars. I mean, while I would love to see that, the fact that a robot is going to space is an achievement enough. And once they can tackle that, I think the sweeping floors will join in anyway. But it's definitely a reminder that most big projects start with niche missions, in this case, spaceflight. Meanwhile, Tesla's big promises have already been trimmed as a major contrast, like I mentioned above. These experiences reflect a long-standing paradox in robotics. What is easy for humans, like balance, vision, dexterity, are hard for machines. So while Tesla and others promise robots in factories or homes soon, most experts view humanoids as a multi-year challenge. The current approach is to deploy them in controlled pilot programs and learn from each iteration. So when you look around, other Western players like Figure AI, which is backed by OpenAI alumni, and Figure 03 have raised huge money. Though still, many big names are likely at least a year or two behind in terms of real robot motion. Even Boston Dynamics' Atlas is an impressive demo machine, but it's not a commercial product yet. Looking ahead, Unitree has started mass production and is shipping G1 worldwide. This multi-pronged effort, improved tech, and lower cost could let humanoids truly become accessible. In a few years, factories might employ dozens of G1-like robots side by side. Malls or theme parks could use them as greeters, perhaps hospitals or homes might trial them for simple chores under human supervision. The key is that today's advances signal tomorrow's adoption. As one industry blog put it, each leap in balance and agility is a glimpse into how far humanoid robots have come. If Unitree and others keep proving their robots in the real world, not just on paper, then the age of humanoid helpers is fast approaching. The robots may not be sweeping floors yet, but thanks to platforms like the G1, it's no longer science fiction that they soon could be. So where does that leave us? The honest answer is both excitement and caution. The people are seeing real breakthroughs constantly. Unitree's G1 mastered Kung Fu. Longcheer's factory will hire hundreds of robots. And India is sending a humanoid to space. These would have seemed like science fiction a few years ago. But for the moment, humanoid robots are not in every home. They're expected to complement and expand upon existing technology, not replace current robots overnight. That means we should expect to see them first in specialized roles on factory floors, in warehouses, as mobile guides or greeters, or in research and education. So while consumers might see them as novelty or demo platforms before practical appliances, they won't really be taking the workforce over that soon. But every breakthrough pushes that timeline forward. What do you think? Is this robot race overrated, or maybe even underestimated by many? Let me know in the comments below, and like always, I'll see you in the next one.